Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Plant Medicine, Cannabis, Psychedelics, and Pharmaceutics with Dr. O. I'm so excited tonight. I'm grateful that we have a guest. He is a very dear friend. I met Ankara on Clubhouse. Since then, he's just been an amazing human that I just love going to his room. But before we get to Ankara, you guys know we have to do our good house cleaning. So what is our good house cleaning? This show is for educational purpose and should not be taken as medical advice. Consult with your doctor for all your medical need. Do not start or stop any medicine without talking to your doctor. Yeah, I haven't said that we have a lot of folks that are just joining us and they'll be wondering who is she? Yes, this is Dr. O, Dr. Lola. I'm the founder of WCI Health, your alternative health and wellness hub. I help you level up on your wellness journey using the healing powers of plant medicine like cannabis, psychedelics, using education as tools. And part of that is what we're going to be getting tonight. I haven't said that. What is the next thing on the agenda? Yes, sponsor. Without the sponsor, what's going to happen? We can run this show. So this show is sponsored by WCI Health, your alternative health and wellness hub. They are the makers of Glows, your Glows Beauty CBD, hemp-infused beauty product, as well as other vitamins that you can use to level up on your wellness journey. So for all their products, go to wci-health.com and check out all their products. Other than that, they also offer masterclasses, among which we have Cannabis as Medicine Masterclass, is cannabis my ticket to a good night's sleep. So all that's a part of the good stuff that you have out there. And the next thing is you. I want to say thank you to you, our sponsor, all of you that register for our Healthy Cause Well membership series. You are indirectly supporting this show. And also those of you that are contributing on Patreon and supporting us on Apple Podcasts. We are very, very appreciative of that. And if you are out there, you still want to join our tribe, please come on, reach out to us. Check out my website, wci-health.com. And if you are an organization, you would like to sponsor any section of this show, please reach out to us. DM is where the magic happens, WCI Health 19. That's where you can reach me directly, or you can better still go to the website, wci-health.com. Without wasting time, Ankhara, thank you so much. I have Ankhara Akeru with us today. He is a psilocybin integration mentor. He is a man of a coat of many colors, just like his hat that you're looking at right now. He's a metaphysician. He's an educator. He is the founder of Psilocybin Session on Clubhouse. That's really where we met. Ankhara, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing so harmonic. Thank you so much, Dr. O. I really appreciate you having me on your show today. It is a big honor and privilege to be sharing with you and your audience today. And it's so great to continue this deep dive, that we've been taking for the last many months together into, the benefits and the the overall wellness experience that we have with different psychedelics. I particularly really love psilocybin, but I have had a full spectrum experience and worked with different psychedelics like LSD, peyote.
First of all, I need to, I'm not even going to let you get into that. Yes, I have so many questions. I am a type A person. And for me, I'm my crazy type A. When I don't know something, I want to know it. First of all, you are Ankh Alchemist. What does an Ankh Alchemist do? Tell us about that.
Sure. So I take different elements from the earth and I combine them together to create what I call ancient future technologies. They're synergistic tools that utilize earth elements such as crystals and minerals, copper wire, copper tubing, as well as high powered rare earth magnets. And I use these different components and create and design energetic tools that aids one in amplifying, the inner essence of who they are, amplifying the different areas and gifts and talents that they have. Also exploring and connecting with the ancestral realms. There's many. It's multifaceted in the way it can be utilized, but essentially, I'm using earth elements to create tools that are fashioned after ancient symbology that are the symbol of eternal life.
That's awesome. Awesome. So, how did you even get into this space, into this realm? Did you go to school for it? Were your parents into metaphysics? Tell us a little bit about that part of your life.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for asking. I actually grew up in a Christian household in the southeast of the United States. And I was not exposed to many things like this at an early age, As I got older into my teenage years, I got very curious and I started exploring other things in life, other spiritual teachings and other paths. As a teenager, I didn't find that I really resonated or connected with the religion that I had been taught, and I decided that I wanted to kind of go at my own route and explore things for myself and explore things from different cultural lenses. And so, on this path, I was introduced to sacred plant medicines. I was introduced to many different, music and culture and symbology that gave me deeper understanding of who I was. Eventually, I met one of my best friends and mentor in my life, and his name is Ras Naeem Davis. And he's a Rastafari man from South Carolina. And I met him at a show, an event with one of our mutual mentors as well. His name is Vaughn Benjamin, also known as Aki Becca. And so Ras Naeem and I have connected and initiated our relationship at this particular event around 2008. And he was my inspirator, and he was crafting these tools when I met him, and I was very inspired and asked him to be his apprentice. And so he shared a lot of the basic skills and tools that I would need to start building these symbolic representations. And from there, I just began to blossom in my own style, in my own form, and took off, with my own creative inspirations, essentially. And so since then, since around 2008, I've been continuing to design and build these tools, and there's hundreds and hundreds of them across the world at this point. I have collectors and followers in Australia and New Zealand and
Yeah.
and all over the world. So it's been phenomenal. It really turned into something much bigger than I could ever imagine. I've been able to create tools that really help people on their journey, and so it's been a
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, and folks, I mean, you guys need to see all the crystals, those stone, those copper ankhs. I'm beginning to learn some of this stuff myself. It is cool. We're gonna be posting Ankhara's links eventually. Now, tell us about your journey with the sacred plants. That is one of the ways I come to your room. It's just a very, very special room on Clubhouse, Psilocypher Session. Tell us a little bit about that part of your journey. How you are, what type of plants you have worked with, how you have catered to them, how they have catered to you as a person, and how you are working with them right now.
Yeah, surely. Thank you for asking, Dr. O. I began my journey with the teachers in at a very early age, comparatively around 16 or 17 years old.
It's pretty
Um,
young.
I took I took LSD journey in high school, my freshman year in high school. I was actually in class the first time I ever went on a psychedelic journey, and I made it through the day. And it was a very very inspiring experience that led me to explore with, I grew up in Florida in the Southeast, and
Oh,
we have access to, the psilocybin mushrooms pretty readily. There's cow fields all over the Southeast. And most people know that if you go out in the early morning hours after a heavy rain shower, you may be able to find the little golden teachers.
mhm.
We had access to this at very early age, and I started exploring with the psilocybin around 17 years old. Um, from there, like I said, I was inspired to start learning not just from textbook, but actually life experience, connecting with different indigenous peoples, and going on travels to Jamaica and Central America to connect with different indigenous people and different tribes. Um, and around 2012, I went down to Mexico. There was a big gathering in Palenque, Mexico around December 21st, 2012. So if you recall that time, you know that was a very big time in our
Yeah,
history, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there was a lot of talk around what was happening with the Mayan calendar. And so there was a very large gathering in Mexico, Palenque, Mexico. And that's where I was able to go on my first ayahuasca journey. And
Okay.
there, that teacher started working with me and basically guiding me internally. And she guided me to travel to Hawaii. In Hawaii, I was able to connect with community and family there. That led me to my first peyote ceremony in Northern California. And from there, that was somewhere around 2013. So for the next 5 or 6 years, I had many opportunities to go and sit with different indigenous tribes of North and Central America, from the Wairika people, the Huicholes, to different North American tribes, working in the Native American church, and sitting in ceremonies in that way. Um, and so I've had also opportunities to work with like Combo and some of the different South American plant teachers as well. So it's my experience with these plants has been very wide and full spectrum, and I've had an opportunity to learn a lot from these, and also a lot from the different cultures who work with these plants.
Thank you so much for that. And I want to quickly ask about those magical plants. Which of them will you say maybe give you a little tougher time of all of them? And which one of them will you say is kind of in? Because I know when we work with this plant, these teachers, they deal with us in different ways. So which one of them is milder with you, and which one of them is a little bit tough love?
Yeah, for sure. I would say that the peyote plant is associated with more of the masculine, more of that tough love. The peyote teacher has been seen as the grandfather spirit, and you get more of that tough love type of experience with that teacher. And the grandmother ayahuasca can be a sort of tough love, but I guess in the most feminine way that it could be. The thing is, there's no escaping it, that at some point you're gonna get to do the work. There's no way to experience this in a way that has depth to it, unless you actually go in and do the work. It's not all rainbows and fairies and butterflies. It's some of this work with the plant teachers. You go into the traumatic experience, and you get an opportunity to heal that, but you may have to relive some of that, and it may bring up feelings that aren't so pleasurable for you. So different teachers will work with you in different ways. I will say that the most consistent and forgiving teacher for me has been the psilocybin, and that's something that I connected with, as I mentioned earlier, at an early age, and I've been working with throughout my life on a more regular basis. And at this point, she's like my chosen one that I go to. I'm at a place where I'm more doing I don't do ceremony and plant medicine so much on a regular, frequent basis, because I feel like I've done so much of the work, and a lot of it is integrating that into my life now, and also having an opportunity to hand on some of these skills and learned experiences to other people, so that they can share with their community and help others through the experience.
That is amazing. That is really, I really love that you went into details about this wonderful magical plant, because when you look around us right now, we know it's a renaissance. The psychedelic renaissance, the green renaissance is coming back, and all that stuff. And I tend to, these days, when I'm hosting the room in Clubhouse, the type of ways that some of our folks are approaching this, I kind of feel a little bit trepidation that I hope we are not going to give the power that be that power to turn this plant, this sacred plant, into another river madness and all that stuff. That this is plant, these are sacred plant that we need to treat with dignity and respect. We shouldn't just be just say, oh, we're tripping. No, it's medicine. And I tell people, just like you're not gonna go over the counter and grab a bottle of Tylenol and just gulp it down. You have to do this with intention, with integration. And part of why some some of us are not seeing the result is because we are not doing that integration. And that brings me to this next question, Ankara. What is the importance of creating a sacred space when we are on this journey? Give us why sacred space? Why can't we just do it willy-nilly?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. And we can do that. We definitely can just do it willy-nilly, and without intentions. But regardless of whether you go into it with deep intentions and holding this as a sacred ceremony or something that is deeply important to you, if you don't have that in place, not having the intention is the intention, if you understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So not having the intention is willy-nilly. It's just take me wherever it may go, you know. But by creating a sacred space and creating intention, if you notice, most traditional indigenous people, any type of ceremony, even outside of plant ceremony, there's many different um, types of rites and passages and sacred ceremonies where there was always a very specific intention with that experience, you know. And it doesn't have to be something that's like deeply spiritual, or you know, it doesn't have to be like the indigenous way, but the simple fact that you have a specific intention when you go into the experience makes it more sacred. You know what I mean? For me, I like to create a space and honor the plant teachers and honor the culture and my ancestors and those that came before me, because that's what benefits me and that's what I found helps amplify my experience. So for me, it's sacred. It's something that I want to honor in that way. And I see many people who are connected to their purpose and their passion and work with these plants. They do it in a ceremonial and sacred way. And when we honor the plants for that, the essence of that, sort of like they have a specific connection to us, and that they have a way to communicate, and that way of communication is typically through a specific energetic frequency or energetic signature. And this is tying back to what I mentioned earlier about grandfather peyote and grandmother ayahuasca. They have a very specific energetic signature that everyone will experience as a collective conscious when they work with this specific plant. So you know, holding that sacred and honoring that fact that there are a specific code and a specific teaching that we will receive when we work with this specific teacher, and setting up an intentional space and honoring, you know, honoring the four directions, honoring the elements, honoring the ancestors are different ways that we can bring intention and sacredness to the experience and make it, you know, more ceremonial. There'll be many ones who don't seek that experience, that want to just go in and maybe they just want to experience something different out of everyday reality. You know, they may not get what they're looking for. They may
Yeah,
much greater, you know.
yeah.
But the fact is that it's a transformational experience, and if you have no intention, you may be transformed in ways that you're not expecting.
Yeah, I say that is where that your quote comes in again. Not having intention is intention by itself. And I do say that because you go in India, you don't really have an intention. But this plant, like peyote, grandfather, ayahuasca, grandmother, they kind of like grandfather, grandmom. They love us, but there is that tough love part. And they're not gonna say, oh, you want to eat candy all day long. No, you're still gonna brush your teeth before you go to bed, whether you like it or not. You're still gonna go to bed at 8 p.m. or 7:30, whether you watch your favorite show or not. That is really eye-opening. And when we talk about having intention, this plan being a rites of passage, I mean, major example is when you look at the iboga plant, the Boichian people, they personally use this plant as a rite of passage, especially for younger folks that are graduating into manhood or young lady. That's part of the process. And is bringing me to this question. There's this school of thought, especially when you look in the science community, that they are beginning to say, okay, magic, that let's take the magic out of this plant to kind of temper down the what we are talking about as in they can be tough love for us sometimes. Let's tamper it down. Let's reduce all that. And there's also this saying about the fact that science, magic, or should we call it magic? Magic is a science that is unknown. What do you say to those school of thought that say these plants, there's nothing special about them? They are just, we just don't know the science of it. Is it just science that we are talking about when we talk about these sacred plants?
Not at all. Not at all. And the way that we know that is that this has been our connection with these plant teachers. Some call them plant medicine. I like to refer to them as teachers, tools of exploration. That these traditions and these experiences have been going on long before science. They've been going on long before they have any studies or any measurements of how to understand this from a factual and logistical standpoint. In fact, all of that came out of the psychedelic experience and the curiosity, and that people were having these experiences before you could explain them physically. And not only were they having them, but they were part of these rites of passages, sacred ceremonies that have been traditions kept intact for eons of time, with no, what we term as science. Now, if you look at the Kemetic culture, the ancient Kemetic culture, for example, you will see that it was actually sacred science. There was no separation between the spirit and science. There was a study of the wholeness of it all, but in that whole spectrum, there was the study of the science and the spirituality. So, in the passage of time and the separation of humanity, we've also had many different things separated in that experience. And so we've had a separation from the spirituality and the science, when that was really originally one thing. What's happening now with the science and the medicine aspect of working with entheogens and psychedelic plants is, I will say that it's going to happen. Like, there's no stopping it, basically.
Yeah.
We stop big pharma and the big companies and all what's coming at us. It's like throwing sticks under a semi truck with no brakes barreling.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
what we have an opportunity to do is establish our rights as, keepers of ancient traditions and keepers of this knowledge of the plant teachers. We have an opportunity to begin to establish different ways that we can protect that, so that can't be left behind or be left in the dust and made like that this isn't a part of what's really going on. It's really, really important. And so there's organizations like the Ancestor Project, who are really doing work to educate people from a grassroots level on, how to work with these specific teachers, how to educate ourselves about what's going on, and so I would say that the science aspect of it in part is creating a separation from it, and we as people that are interested in protecting the sacred aspect of it and the spiritual aspect of it, the ceremonial aspect of it. There's many different ways that can be done, and there's many different organizations that can be supported that help protect those rights of indigenous people. So Ancestor Project is one of them, but there's many many other different organizations that are doing work to, help protect the medicine from the traditional and ceremonial aspects.
Yeah, yeah, and I really do see the danger in that. For me, I grew up. I was born in West Africa, in Nigeria. Spent early childhood in that community, and these rituals. They're not just rituals. These we call them babalawo. These shamans. They are consulted, and they consult this spiritual being, the teachers, the plant. We have some plants that you can just grab and use as a medicine. I've talked about it extensively. Mango is one particular one that I grew up because we had the tree at the back of my house. When we have malaria, you just grab the bark and the leaves, you brew it together. You have to drink it. It doesn't taste good. But before you know it, you are back outside there. But there are some conditions that you cannot just grab a leaf. They have to consult with the spirit of the plant. The teacher have to talk to them, to the elders about this plant. And even within that time, those teachers, those shamanic men and women, they are very, very few now. Even when you begin to talk about it in the culture, you are frowned at because Christianity coming in is kind of see this ancient tradition as evil, quote unquote. So there's that danger in there. And like I said, me coming up from there, being exposed to herbal medicine, and also coming with the scientific background as a clinical pharmacist, I do see the danger there that we really do need to protect these plants, because at the end of the day, a lot of our conventional medicine were originally derived from these plants. So I thank you so much for bringing that into it. So having said that, tell us a little bit. We were talking, I know you are big into crystals and all things. I've seen some of the stones. Tell us about crystals. What are the unsung crystals that can amplify a journey? There was a lady, she's a clinical pharmacist too, Tori Rerick. She is into mindfulness, crystal, chakra, and I brought her on the show a couple of weeks ago. So I'm really, really fascinated about using those as wellness tools as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, just to start, crystals are memory keepers. The silicon dioxide is the quartz crystal molecule is silicon dioxide. So as we know, the Silicon Valley, they make computer hardware, computer microchips. This microchip has a silicon base. So the crystals are used in all forms of technology. Like you and I are connecting right now through a crystal. And so crystals are keepers of memory and oscillators, and they can transfer energy. So they're resonators. And basically, like a great example is the you remember the quartz watch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The quartz watch, right? They keep time. They hold memories. And so you can embed certain memories in the crystals, and you can extract them out later.
I've never thought of it like that, That is, yeah, that's amazing.
Put information in your phone, and you can put your phone away, and you come back and the information is saved in your phone.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's actually a generator of piezoelectricity and pyroelectricity. This means that when you place crystals under pressure or heat, it actually produces an electrical charge. That's why quartz crystal is used in all forms of technology.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it has the ability to oscillate with outside information. And so they can send a beam, a signal with binary code, packet, symbols, uh, a series of numbers. And then that coded information is decoded by the quartz crystal silicon micro computer chip in your cell phone.
Woo! Thank God I'm in the medicine and I don't have to dig deep into those. But those are really awesome. Those are really, really fascinating. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say there's many other purposes and specific crystals that can be utilized. I mean, all of them are amazing, but there's specific crystals will achieve specific benefits. So you know, because I'm a keeper of crystals, I understand the structure, the bonding, the color, the geometry, and all of this is significant in the energetic signature of the crystal. So just like the different plants have different energetic signatures, the different crystals have different energetic signatures and are utilized for different purposes and utilized to correspond with the different chakras, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. That is really, really, I need to come and enroll in your master class. Tell us a little bit. That's going to bring me to your Cosmic Gatekeeper mentorship program. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours is not going to be enough for me to take out all this knowledge from you, Ankara. I'm going to have to bring you back, but I need to learn more about your mentorship program. You are deep down wells of knowledge. I am so honored to just have the opportunity to be here talking with you. Talk to
Uh,
me about your gatekeeper program.
yeah, for sure. Thanks for asking. So I created the Cosmic Gatekeeper Psychedelic Facilitator Program um, after seeing a deep need for it in our community. Specifically, being in Clubhouse where we met and seeing so many people coming on board with the psychedelic journey and the benefits of psychedelics and wanting to know more, wanting to know how they can help others experience transformation and wanting to, dive deeper with what it's like to work with these teachers in a sacred way, you know? So basically, I saw the need for this and I created a mentorship program because the way that I have expanded my work and where I'm at in my life is working with mentors, you know, and
Mhm.
really valuing myself, my own personal time, and also highly valuing the mentor that I was investing in, you know. And for me, that was what took me to the next level and catapulted me into where I'm at now. You know, one of my specific mentors is Baba Kalindi Ee, who I'm sure you know very well of at this point.
Yeah.
But Baba Kalindi was a major inspirator for me and really put the charge on my shoulders to go forward and help educate and bring awareness and advocacy to the world of psilocybin and its benefits. Um, and so, after receiving that specific charge from my elder and now ancestor Baba Kalindi, and seeing the need in the space for more guidance and leadership, there's many people that are holding ceremonies and helping people heal and transform. And what I wanted to do was create a mentorship program that trained people to go out in their communities and do the work in their communities and start with themselves, really start with ground zero and feel safe and comfortable going on these journeys with themselves, and then expanding out into being able to help friends, family, in their broader community. So we also brought in, some amazing co-facilitators and presenters for this course. It's a 3-month, 12-week course. And my co-facilitator is named Michaela Valentino, who is
Hello, Michaela.
yeah, she is a phenomenal being and calls herself the entheogenic mama. And excited to have her on board as my co-facilitator, holding space. And then we also have some guest presenters like Darren LeBaron, that's going to be talking about the connection with the ancestors and the Psilocybin. We've got Michael James teaching us about mycology and how to, grow our own at home and take care of our own resources and our own medicines at home. We're also going to be talking to the Ancestor Project. We're going to be talking to Decrim Nature. And also one of my dear friends, Kurt, is going to be offering a small presentation on the Ho'oponopono ceremony and trauma release. So we have like a really full spectrum of all different presenters, and they're all, leaders and pioneers in the psychedelic space. And we're all going to be coming together as a community to share and educate each other and learn more about the foundations of what it takes to hold space and facilitate a psychedelic journey, and also integrate that experience afterwards.
That is awesome. See, for me, I am more, even though I grew up in a indigenous, I wouldn't say indigenous community because I grew up in the city, but at least I was exposed to that part of my life as well as a little girl. But I'm more into the science of the plant, in the how the plant works scientifically, mechanism of the action. And one of the areas that I intend to go into is exactly what you just described. Even if I don't work with it, to at least have that knowledge, to at least have that experience, to be able to be balanced. I know you mentioned earlier when we were at our back channel that the enrollment is closed. When are you going to open this program? And folks, you better, when this man open this course again, don't walk. You need to run and jump and crawl in this program. These people is listed. This is huge. I know a lot of them, and these are powerful, powerful leaders in our community. When are you going to open this course again, Ankara?
Well, this is our initiation. This is the first time we've run this course, and there really is nothing else like this out there that's being, because we are approaching it from more of, we will be bridging the worlds between science and spirituality.
Yeah.
I definitely am, I call myself a world bridger, and I find the scientific and medical approach important, and we will be discovering more about that. And we'll be keeping that in balance with a deeper sense of like the ancient and cultural connections to the plant medicine, and respecting it from a standpoint of sacredness and ceremony. So we will be bridging the gap there, if you will.
Yeah, that is really amazing. That's really what many people need. When I host my room, like I said, I'm more into how the science of a work, mechanism of action, helping folks to make sense of what might be kind of a gray area, doesn't make sense. But like we've already talked about, it's not just science. The science came from the sacredness of this plant. I love that. I love that so much. So that is the what I'm saying, that folks need that leadership. They need that direction. And when you come to my room, I say, okay, I'm not that type of person that jump into everything. I stay in my lane, what I know, I talked about. This is really essential for folks. This is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
And do you guys know when is the program starting and when are you gonna open it back on? Because I'm gonna be signing up for it myself.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we would love to have you, Dr. O. We're actually going to be kicking off this Sunday, September the 12th, and it's a 3-month program. So we'll be, focused for the next 3 months on, building that and growing together as a community. And then we'll open the registration for the next program at some point early next year, probably, January. After the holidays and things, we'll open it back up and go ahead
Yeah,
and cycle. And we've got just over 20 students, somewhere about 25 students.
that's
And
huge.
so yeah, we'll be opening it up again for 20 to 25 more students on the next round, and would love to have you as part of the
I would
program.
love to be part of.
As a guest speaker in the presentation, that would be awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, come on now, King. Anytime you need me, you just need to slide in the DM. You need to slide with family. You know that I respect you a lot. What you are doing for our community. Talk to us. A lot of our folks that are listening that are new to this space or they are considering taking this journey. What would be your advice for them?
My advice for a new beginner who has never been on a journey would be to first educate yourself as much as you can. A lot of these plant medicines I didn't have access to or have experiences with before I spent a lot of time studying them, researching them in the book, and then also, traveling to different places in the world and actually, you know, um, going to these specific cultures and these specific peoples and learning from them, learning their teachings and learning how they, functioned and work with these plant medicines. So I would say, one of your best ways to start is to educate yourself and get experience with people who have already taken the journey and can help guide you. You'll definitely want to have someone with you that you trust, and someone that has had the experience and can kind of know what you might expect and can help you out in the different situations. And then also making sure that your environment is safe, that you're in a space, if you're going to take a journey, that is safe and protected, in your home potentially, or in a safe space in the outdoors, maybe a camping trip or something that you go on with friends, and they can help you facilitate that experience. But having some guidance and someone that has been on the journey previously comes in hand when it's needed, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's many different ways to prepare for an experience, and that's part of the reason why we're out here teaching these courses and offering these clubhouse rooms and things. And really, it's free information that we can all have access to. We just have to spend the time and have due diligence to connect with, because there's a lot of information out there.
Oh, oh,
There's a lot of information out there. So, I would say if people want, some more insights, to come and find me over in the Psilocypher Sessions on Clubhouse is a great way
absolutely.
to connect, because it's the psychedelic community is pretty strong in there, and we have lots of different people that come and add their value to the stages. So come connect with me in the Psilocypher Sessions on Clubhouse. That's PSILOCYPHER sessions, Psilocypher Sessions. And I have tons of resources, so anybody can reach out to me at any point if they have any inquiries or questions about how they can get started on their journey. I definitely love to help educate people and be of assistance wherever I can.
Definitely. Folks, this is the real deal that you want to be following. Because like I said, in the club, I have had to caution some folks that this is big deal. This is not something to just mess with. And I have to tell folks, you need to do it right. So you're looking for the right way. You got it right here. Dr. O is going to be the real deal. I'm going to bring the real deal. It is amazing. Ankhara, please tell us, apart from the Psilocypher Session, where else can our audience find you on social media, website? And we're going to put all those information on the show notes. Tell us a little bit, where can we find you?
Yeah, for sure. So you can find me on Instagram at Psilocypher Sessions as well, spelled the same way. No breaks or anything in between, just Psilocypher Sessions on Instagram. And then you can also reach out on my website. My website is www.cosmicrootscreations. That's Cosmic Roots with an S and Creations with an S. That's .com, cosmicroots.com. That's my website. And then you can always email me as well at cosmicrootscreations@gmail.com if you want to just reach out in the DMs and send me a private email.
That is awesome. And I've got one last question. This is for me. For the gatekeeper course, is it a virtual event? Are you going to do it on virtually?
Yes, that's right. It is a virtual program. So anybody can sign in from anywhere in the world. As long as you've got a computer and internet connection, you can join the class. We meet once a week on Sundays. So we have like a live community meeting. And then we also have like a practicum and like a back end space. It's called Experienceify. And that's where we've actually kind of like gamified the experience. When you go over there and participate in the curriculum and do the different assignments, it's kind of like on a point system. So we can students who are really plugged in and advancing, and those who are maybe falling behind a little bit. But it's a great way because it's gamified and you earn little points and get different little rewards and things. And we're giving gifts. We're going to give away a crystal synergy ankh. We're going to be giving away a free trip to our live graduation event, and other little gift packages that we're giving away for people who are really plugged in and doing
the work. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Ankhara. Thank you so much, King. You are amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
One last thing I wanted to add that I forgot to mention was we're actually giving 10% of our proceeds to the Ancestor Project, who is a nonprofit organization, and they have a grant fund for the BIPOC community to go and participate in private ceremonies and get healing. So that is a phenomenal cause that we wanted to really plug in and give forward to. And we also had 2 scholarship seats in the program. So we will have that opportunity as well in the future for those to apply and get a scholarship seat into the program for free. And as well, we usually give that to, people in the BIPOC community. So those are just some different little, bonuses as the thing that we offer, but definitely look forward to anyone who would love to reach out and connect about that program as we come into the future.
Definitely. And I know when it comes to the BIPOC community, you are huge. That is one of your passion. I've been in your room, I've been in your space. I know how you are powerful voice for our community. And we really do appreciate you. I personally do appreciate you, Ankara. I'm so honored to have the opportunity. We're gonna bring you back. I just got you and Patrick. I can't do one episode. We gotta do multiple episodes. Thank you so much, folks. That's our show for today. If you are not following Ankara, please go check the Psilocypher Session on Clubhouse out, and we're gonna put all those information on the show notes. So that's our show for today. If you are yet to join our Healthy Coast Well membership, or you are yet to sign up to be a sponsor or a supporter of our show, please slide in DMs and we will be glad to have you. And also, A Pharmacist's Guide to Cannabis, Perspective of a Non-Conforming Clinician, is flying off the shelf. If you are yet to pick your copy, go ahead and do so. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Until next time, remember, health equals wealth. Bye, guys.